My dear parishioners and my dear friends, we have come to the end of the month of June, and in a jiffy, I have completed a month here with you at St. Stephen's Church, Kambala Hill. I want to thank you once again for your warm welcome. We aren't able to come to church these days, and normally we would have had some interaction, and I would be able to communicate my thoughts to you via the parish notices and announcements. Consider this a Sunday parish notice. I promise that as part of my ministry as your priest, I would ensure transparency and accountability. I thought it would be nice to give you therefore a quick roundup of the last 1 month. I began my ministry here with a promise on day 1 that I would ensure that no one in our parish goes to bed hungry, and to that end I have kept my promise and will continue to do so. From 24 SVP families, we have reached out to 64 families this month, touching a total number of 177 parishioners who directly receive very generous parcels of food aid. Besides this, we have launched St. Stephen's Table, an initiative to make freshly cooked food for our parishioners. These meals, both vegetarian and non-vegetarian, are distributed thrice a week on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. If you wish to avail of a meal, do contact your SCC animator at least 24 hours in advance. On Mondays, I sit down with our parishioners eating this meal. I join them in this meal on the ground floor. I want to thank you, our parishioners, and our many online viewers who watch our daily broadcasts, who have been contributing to this project. As I said, I promised you transparency, and I wish to inform you that this project has now just crossed 12.5 lakhs in donations, enough for this entire year. And therefore I want to say, we do not need any more donations for St. Stephen's Table as a project. If you would like to donate to any other project that we have, I would be happy to accept your kindness. But we have received enough for St. Stephen's Table, and I believe this in my heart, that when we have touched our target, we should learn to say, we have got the amount we required. Do help other organizations also who are doing similar work. Thank you once again. God will bless you for your charity and for your kindness. In the last month, I have visited all the 3 religious houses in the parish. I greeted the Sophia sisters in your name on their feast day and have celebrated masses with the sisters of Villa Teresa and those at St. Elizabeth's Hospital and joined them for a meal. I was so happy to interact with such joyful religious congregations. The latter 2 congregations, Villa Teresa and also St. Elizabeth's, have assured me of their help and cooperation, and have also recently sent us food grains for distribution to our parishioners. I am grateful to their respective superiors. This last month has been a month for meetings. I have met with the Finance Committee, I met the Parish Council on 2 occasions, I met with the youth, the members of the Bombay Catholic Sabha, the Sunday school teachers, the SCC animators and the ushers. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. Most of these meetings have been Zoom meetings. These meetings have given me a great insight into the pastoral life of the parish. In this regard, I want to encourage our parents to register their children for Sunday school. While I know how cumbersome online school is for our children, permit me to express my concern for those children who have been completely cut off from all spiritual and religious instructions. So do cooperate, my dear parents, with the Sunday school teachers. The date for online Google registrations was yesterday, but I'm sure you can still reach out to one of our teachers. One of the things that you might notice when you come to the church complex is that it has been cleaned up. You know the challenges of living in South Mumbai and mostly along the main road. Keeping a dust-free house is a challenge, and ours is a large building. But I'm grateful to our donors who wish to remain anonymous for providing 20 professional cleaners who spent 3 days to get the place in order. We now have 2 men who clean the church complex daily. I would fail in my duty if I did not thank the ushers who pitched in from day one. I have now asked Mr. Robert Fernandez, our parishioner, to care for the administrative needs of the building. He comes in dutifully each day to supervise the workers, willingly volunteering his time. Georgina Fernandez, our parish accountant, has expressed her inability to attend parish office till the month of September. Many of you have been calling also regarding masses and are we accepting masses. Now, just to tell you a bit, she continues to assist the church from home on a daily basis, and I am extremely grateful for the help that she's been rendering. However, you can well imagine that I have been left handicapped at several levels. There are the daily accounts and chartered accountants to work with. There are payments of salaries to be done, last year's accounts to be brought up to date, payments towards the repairs of the building, collection of rents on our properties, bank matters that never end. Mr. Varghese, one of our parishioners, has graciously stepped in to volunteer for the interim period, but he has personal commitments next month onwards. I am looking for parishioners who are qualified and willing to volunteer their services in this area. It is better that we have a team rather than have one person and find ourselves in this predicament again. COVID, as you know, has made everything difficult. I'm also looking for a hands-on and feet-moving set of volunteers to help me monitor our properties so that we continue to be vigilant and be good stewards of the task at hand. At the moment, this task is graciously being done by Dominic. You will notice that I'm asking for help, and I do hope that help comes in the form of qualified volunteers, of which I am very confident we have many in this parish. We need your help, we need your assistance, we need to work together as a team. So if you can give me your time, whether you're a youth or you are a senior citizen, please do come and chip in. This year, on Sunday the 25th of July, we will celebrate the first Grandparents' Day as expressly desired by Pope Francis. On this day, I hope to inaugurate our new parish office on the ground floor. I'm moving the office down for greater accessibility to you, my dear parishioners, and availability for us as priests to be available to you. This office renovation has been made largely possible by a single donor from Malad, and I am grateful for the generosity of his family. I have chosen this day to inaugurate the new parish office to honor the many grandparents in our parish for whom this last year has been very challenging. Traditionally, 26th July has been celebrated as Parents' Day. This year, the youth plan to have some interaction on that day. God willing, we will not be bound by COVID regulations, though we will keep all the COVID appropriate behavior. In any case, I want to wish you all my dear parents, a very happy Parents' Day in advance. There are some areas of concern that I want to bring to your notice. The parish has been running a middle school and a pre-primary school mostly for the poorest of the poor in this area. This school has an ATG facility, which means that if you make a donation, you get about 50% of your tax exemption. This year and last year, we had 4 admissions only, 4 out of a usual 40 plus students. We also have no headmistress as she retired last year, and as you know, there are restrictions now by the government. We cannot replace teachers and even non-teaching staff. Yesterday, one more non-teaching staff retired, and the government now expects the others to pitch in, which means that the pressure keeps building up on our staff in schools. In all of this, we have to continue to also pay our teachers of the primary and pre-primary, and that loss has been amounting to more than £1 lakh plus a month. That money goes right now from the school, but we have been breaking fixed deposits in order to pay these salaries. This means that in the days to come, some measures will have to be taken, and I will consult with all concerned to work out some viable solution. One such method would be the possible renting of some parts of the campus. You will remember that many years ago, we used to give out our hall for weddings. I don't know whether that will be possible given the COVID situation for the next 2 years. The Archdiocese of Bombay has already encouraged us to explore means and methods to work towards making our churches financially stable. I have written to the Archdiocese, I have received a response, and so I look to you for some suggestions which I will take to the Parish Council and to the Finance Committee, and I will also bring it to you. Remember that in all of this, we are looking for some kind of consensus. We are never going to get a whole parish that agrees 100%. And therefore I ask sometimes for your understanding if your thought, your idea has for some reason not been accepted. This is not a rejection of you per se. It is us having to look at the larger picture. Please don't be offended. Sometimes I find parishioners in other parishes getting offended when their ideas are not taken in or they are part of the minority. At some stage in life, we are always part of the minority. In this country, we are part of the minority as Catholics. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. Now, besides this, we also have the challenge of fixing many areas in the building that need immediate attention and have not been tended since this building was built in 1966. Santana, sacristan's room, is in a terrible condition. And then there are the toilets on all floors that date back, as I said, to 1966, making them 50 plus years. Personally, I find it inhuman and intolerable that any person should be made to use restroom facilities such as these in the conditions that they presently are. I reached out to the Parish Council. I have reached out to some parishioners. I am very grateful to inform you that 2 donors from our parish have made the commencement of this work financially possible. Please note that all this takes time, so don't expect to come tomorrow to church and find brand new toilets. It can't begin tomorrow morning. We have to follow due process of tendering and approvals from the Finance Committee of the parish and Archbishop's House should an cumulative amount of expenditure cross 8 lakhs. This is always done so that everybody is on board. This is good governance, and I approve that everybody is well informed and the proper permissions are taken. This will hold me to accountability. It holds the committees to accountability. However, these and other concerns like the security equipment also need to some degree our immediate attention, and some issues I will have to push a little faster or deal with quickly on a priority basis. While the structure has been repaired from the outside, we still have a lot of work to carry out with regard to internal repairs in some rooms, especially most of the rooms on the 5th floor where the fathers reside. But that will be one of my last priorities. I want to make the ground floor our priority so that our parishioners have access to clean toilets. To this effect, I want to make an appeal to all our parishioners to pay their monthly contributions towards the Community Welfare Fund each month. The Archdiocese of Bombay has encouraged every earning member to contribute 1% of their income towards this fund. I have appealed for 1% or 1 rupee, but no one should glibly excuse themselves from this contribution, rich or poor. I say that again, no one should glibly excuse themselves from this contribution, rich or poor. That's why I said 1% or 1 rupee. From this fund, I promise to care for those with medical and educational needs and to provide for the activities of the parish, even if they are online activities. I promise to be transparent with the spending from these funds. I hold myself accountable, and I would like you to know that there are no secrets in this house anymore. You are welcome to ask me any question. Sometimes, for the sake of the security of the house, I might ask you to submit that in writing, but I promise you that when you submit a letter in writing, I will give you an answer in writing. Giving a letter in writing is not a way to discourage you. but it's a way to hold your thoughts accountable and my answers also accountable. I would like to disseminate information from time to time to all our parishioners in these COVID days. To help me do this, it is important that every family submit one family member's mobile number to the community animator. Via the community animator, I will reach out both to your spiritual needs and disseminate information like parish notices, which we used to read at Mass. Now, I want to say this with a certain sense of sadness. It is sad that some parishioners have refused to be cooperative in this matter and not given their mobile numbers to their community animator. I'm asking for one member of the family to give your mobile number to your animator. I find it even more disheartening when my animators and parish council members tell me that parishioners have slammed the door on the face of our animators even in non-COVID times. I'm not talking about COVID times, even in non-COVID times. Discourtesy cannot and should not be accepted from anyone, no matter which side of the altar we stand. I cannot be discourteous to you, and you should not be discourteous to anybody else in the parish. We are members of one family. We need to treat each other with respect. So I look forward to your cooperation, everyone in this parish. Please submit one telephone number to your animator so that we can be in touch with your family. I request this, I can't insist on this, but please realize that at some stage when you come back and say, Father, I did not know about this announcement, I will simply turn on my phone and show you that this announcement was made. Even worse, I might ask you, are you actually on our WhatsApp group? I have instructed our animators not to have good morning messages or any other messages posted on these groups. This will limit the amount of information that you get from the parish, and you will not be distracted by unnecessary material. For your spiritual growth, I have begun Sunday online Mass and the broadcast of the Wednesday and Thursday novenas. Each day I also post a text and a gospel reflection, both in text and video format, with a morning prayer, so that you are nourished by the Word of God. I want to continue to have some access to your spiritual life. So I look forward to your feedback on this matter. One of the biggest needs today is assistance in medical aid and hospital bills. I have been in touch with the Sisters of St. Elizabeth's Hospital, and we are working towards a policy. However, I want to be very clear on this. The Church is not in a position to pay exorbitant medical bills from private hospitals when our own parishioners have not first approached St. Elizabeth's, which is in our own parish. I find it a bit strange that when the same procedure is available with our Catholic hospitals, people still feel compelled to go to these large commercial hospitals. As a policy, we will only help those who follow this policy of ours. But should there be a special case where a particular medical procedure is not available in St. Elizabeth's Hospital, the parish will be most open then to assisting the family. I'm also happy to announce that by the time we open the church, we will have a new mixer for the sound system and several good quality cable wires for the microphone. This donation, cumulatively amounting to more than 2 lakhs, has been made possible through the kindness of a friend. We have also received a commitment by another silent donor to have our prayer room on the ground floor renovated. I'm grateful to all these kind and very, very generous people. If the Lord has blessed your family, do think of blessing the lives of others in this parish by your generosity and by your kindness. On a lighter note, a few days ago, I was offered meal vouchers at the JW Marriott in Juhu. As a treat, I took Father Theo, some youth who have been helping us, Anton, our table boy, Santan, our sacristan, and Das, our cook. As you can well imagine, it was Christmas Day for those who have never had this opportunity. I hope as a parish we continue to strive to bring smiles to our people. Finally, and I know this is a long message, finally, When I was sent to this parish, I was also granted 3 months leave by the Cardinal. His Eminence requested me to take charge of the parish in June and then proceed on leave. Having moved in to this parish on the 1st of June, I realized that such a proposition won't work, as my absence for 3 months will be detrimental to the pastoral life of the parish. I have, with the permission of the Cardinal, broken this leave of absence into smaller components over a staggered period of time. I will continue to be available to the parish even during these brief periods of time. I hope to go to Goa on the 9th of July. If you anticipate any of your pastoral needs from the period of 9th to the 18th, please contact me as soon as possible. Each time I leave the parish, I will inform you via the animators well in advance so that you may anticipate your pastoral needs. In my absence, Father Theo will care for the sacramental life of the parish. You can go to him if there is a sick call to say he celebrates a private mass every day. But in case there is a sick call, any sacramental life matter, I have asked Father Theo to please handle it. However, I will continue to be in charge and take all administrative and pastoral decisions, even if I am on a temporary leave of absence, as I will be. I hope that in the months to come, I will fall in love with this parish and not find even the need to take that break, which I so genuinely need because of my medical condition. I'm not medically unfit. I've just had over 3 years 2 successive Bell's palsy strokes, which means that I have lost about 40% of my facial muscle, which means that at the end of the day, my eye goes red, my right eye barely moves, my cheeks hurt, and I find it very, very difficult to even talk. For many of you, you might say, thank God this man can't talk at the end of the day. His messages are long enough. In many ways, I find myself out of breath. This is a long speech, and it has been a long month for me. This first month has been hard at times, I have to admit it. Moving to a new place and a new parish is never easy. But so many of you have been dropping in and sending me little notes of welcome. I am blessed. I am grateful for your love, for all the cooperation I have received from so many of you who have rushed in to help. I promise you my dedicated service to this parish. May Saint Stephen, our patron, bless us all. Thank you. God bless you.